Today I have a major figure in the avant-garde cinema, a man named Bob Breer. He's probably one of a handful of people that include himself, Stan Brakhage, Bruce Braley, both those people incidentally have been on this program, who represent in the best manner possible what is experimental and independent in filmmaking, and particularly in a branch of filmmaking which we've called avant-garde or experimental. Robert, welcome to Boston and to Screening Room. It's hard to know how to introduce you because you're a man of so many different parts and talents and so forth. But you are known primarily as a filmmaker, and this is primarily a program about filmmakers. So let's start with that anyway, and perhaps you would confirm or deny the rumor that I'm possessed of, which is that you started in Europe, not in America. Is that right or wrong?
Well, I started in Detroit. That's where I was born, so that's where I really started. But it's true that I started filmmaking in Paris, which is where I moved to after college. Mm-hmm. But I started not making films. I started making, I started making cartoons as a little kid.
Uh-huh.
And
you're still making cartoons?
And I'm still making cartoons in a way, that's true.
But you started as a painter, isn't that right?
Yeah, after the cartooning, a stint in the Army doing commercial art, Army style, mm-hmm. which was like being a French chef in the Army, you know.
You weren't very useful
on that level. I nevertheless got such an overdose of commercial art that when I got out of the Army, went back to college, I had an inspiration that I didn't want to do any commercial art if I can help it. Mm-hmm. So I became a serious artist.
In Europe?
No, this is at school, but then after leaving school I went to Europe. I still have both my ears, I would point out. But well, then in Paris, as a painter, I got interested in film as a kind of extension of painting, and that's.
How do you describe your painting? Does your film style flow naturally and gracefully and easily from what you were painting, or is it something you're having trouble with your painting, and so you?
Well, I was having trouble with a concept about painting, which at that time, this is long times before you were born. This is 1950, 51. My first film was 1952. I was having trouble with a concept of a very rigid notion about painting that, mm-hmm. that I was interested in, I was involved with. It was the school of Mondrian, mm-hmm. you know, mm-hmm. later known as linoleum design, very right. geometric things. And with the notion that everything had to be reduced to a bare minimum, put in its place and kept there. And it seemed to me overly rigid, since I could at least once a week arrive at a new absolute. I had a feeling that there was something there that suggested change as being mm-hmm. a kind of absolute. So that's how I got into film. Mm-hmm.